Hello everyone, welcome to forceGalaxy. Hope you are doing good. So earlier I was taking the live session to do the trigger scenarios. Okay, so daily it is a bit impossible for me to come live and take the session. Okay, so instead of going to the live, so what I decided, just whenever I used to get the time, I just showed this video and upload this, so you guys can do practice over the trigger scenarios which usually asked in the interviews. Okay, so these are the similar kind, and they shared by the number of candidates also, those who used to get into their interviews. So do try to practice them, and it is nothing like that they are only limited to the 1 year, 2 year, or 5 year, 6 year. So it can be for anyone. Okay, any year of experienced person. So you need to be good into the triggers. The main thing is how good you are in handling or using the maps in your triggers. Okay, so these are the things which will be noticed. So let's start with today's scenario. And one more thing, that to inform you, if you are looking for the trainings, then do close this as soon as possible, because we will soon will going to close by this week itself. We will be closing with the registration, and many of you are asking that do we going to have the recorded sessions also. So yes, daily live session will be there, and afterwards you will going to have that recording of that live session also, which you can access afterwards for a number of months also. Okay, so it is nothing like that you will not going to have the recordings of the session. You will going to have the recordings of all the sessions. Okay, so don't worry about the recordings will be provided to you for each and every session, whichever we will going to take. And if you have any queries or anything, you can just reach out to me directly. Okay, so let's start with today's scenario then. Okay, let me share my screen with you. Okay, so hope my screen is visible now. So this is my today's requirement: write a trigger to avoid insertion of account. That is, whenever user will going to try to insert a record of account. Okay, whenever user try to create the account record with the same email address, if any account is already exist, then you, and plus if there any related contact are also there related to it, then you need to avoid its insertion. So what basically you need to do, so two things you need to check whenever user will going to create a record. Okay, so create a account record. Whenever user will going to do this, what you need to check, first thing you will going to check, with the same email address, do we have any existing account? So here email address standard is not available, so you will going to create the um, custom email field. Okay, so this is the custom email field. You will going to check whether in the existing accounts this email is already available or not. Okay, then if yes it is available, plus second condition you will going to check that the same account is have or having any related contact or not. Okay, so if these two conditions are satisfied, then we will going to avoid its insertion by throwing some or adding some error that you cannot insert this account because it is already exist with the same email address, plus number of contacts are also related to it. So this is your requirement you need to do. So the first thing is how you will going to, or you need to decide what events you will going to use. So here at the time of creation of record itself, you need to verify whether the same account with the same email address is available or not. Okay, and plus if available, then whether it has related contact or not. If yes, both the condition true, then you will going to avoid the insertion. So here your event will be before insert, because before insertion only I want to check whether this account is available or not. Okay, then next comes is what context variable you will going to use. If you remember in before trigger, we only going to have in the before insert, we only going to have the value in the trigger dot new. Okay, not in trigger dot new map. Why? Because IDs are not available here. And the object you will going to select is account, because at the time of insertion or creation of account I want to check whether this is available or not. Okay, so now let's proceed. So this is my account trigger, okay, and this is the handler. So now let's add the check first. That is the before is insert and it is the sorry what I was writing. So sorry. We will going to write trigger dot is insert, okay, and trigger dot is before. Okay, so if these two conditions satisfy, then only we will going to call our handler. So this is my handler. Now let's write add it and let's give it a name, avoid insertion. Okay, and the context variable we will going to pass is trigger dot new. This is done. Now the next part is the same method we will going to create into the handler also. So now let's create this public static void, and this is the method name. Only the one context variable we have passed, so the same list we will going to add here. That will be of account type because the trigger is on account. So this is the new list of account. So this is done till here. Now the next part is what you will going to do. So first we will going to check whether this list has a value or not. Okay, so if this list is not empty, correct, then we will going to iterate over this list. So every time whenever you will going to write a trigger, so make sure your trigger should be bulkified. It should not run only on the single record. Okay, so always, even in the interviews, especially in the interviews, always write your trigger which can manage the multiple records. Okay, so now we will going to iterate over this. So what is your condition is that I need to check whether the trigger you are inserting and the email address you are adding there, it matches with the existing records of account or not. Okay, so what is the thing you need to match is the email address. Okay, so here we're going to create a set. So this set will be of a string type, and here we will going to collect all the email address, set of emails. Now which is equals to new, this will be set of string type. This is done. Now in this set we will going to add all the email value, and first we will check whether the records are having the email address or not. Okay, so this check is also very important to avoid the records which are not having any value in the email, because without email there is no use of running this logic. So our main focus will be on the emails here. So if this is not null, then only we will going to add it into the set. So this email address we will going to add. So this is done with the set. Now the emails which you have collected in this set, you need to verify into the existing data whether the accounts are having same email address or not. So how you will going to match this? With the help of SQL queries. So we will going to use the SQL queries here. So if this is not empty, okay, so there is no need to add the curly braces because the next line only we will going to add the loop. Okay, so here now I will going to query out the account record which is already present in the Salesforce, and using this SQL query I will going to get the records where email address is same or matches with this set. Okay, so this is the ID and the name, and this is the email field we are having. Okay, then is from account. Okay, where the condition is email in the set matches with this set. So whatever the values are there in this set, and if in existing account also same value matches, so it will going to give you the number of records. Now with this, if you remember the second condition we need to match. So if you are able to find the same records of account, then the second condition you need to match whether it has related contact or not. So to match this here itself, we will going to add the inner query. Okay. So this will be select ID from context. So it will going to give me the related context. Done. Now the next part will be, so this, let's add the curly braces. Now here itself, we will going to check if it will going to find the account record. So for this account, first we will check whether it has contact or not, because my condition second is to check whether it has related contact or not, then only we will going to proceed, okay, with the errors. So this we will going to check using the size. So if the size is greater than 0, okay, in this case, we will going to add the list of email address. So let's create a list. In this will be the string type, and here we'll add all the IDs. Sorry, all the email address. Okay, list of emails. New list of string. Okay, so email is of string type, so that is why we are creating it as of string. So this is done. Here we will going to add all the values of email. Now these emails we will going to match. So this part is done. Till here, we successfully able to match both the condition and the records, or sorry, the emails address which satisfy both the condition are stored in this list. So these are the emails which satisfy both the condition that in the existing account also same email is available, and plus they are also having the related contacts. Now the next part is you need to add the error whenever user will going to insert the record. So how we will going to do, and using the add error function, and add error function is always used on the new list. Okay, so now let's take help of this loop again. Let's copy this, add it here. Now the next is what we will going to check what is common in this new list, and in this list is the email address. Okay, so in this list we will going to check if this contains the same email address which user is trying to enter. Okay, this is the email. Then what we will going to do, we will going to throw an error for the same record. Okay, let's add the error. Record already available, so you cannot create. So this is the error we will going to show. Now let's save this. Okay, and save this too. Okay, both are saved. Now let's go back. So this is one of the account we are having, and the email field, let's check what is the email we are having here. So this is the email is available, and on this account we are having the related contact also. Now let's try to create the new record, and same email address we will going to provide. Okay, this is done. So this will be what, now in the email address we're going to add the same email. So as per my scenario, it is satisfying the condition. So this with the same email, already account is available, and that account is also having the related contact. So as per the scenario and the logic which we have written, it should avoid the insertion of this record, right? It should give me the error here itself that you cannot enter this record. Now let's try to save this. So here you will see that the same error is available, record already available, the one which we have added here. Right, record already available, so you cannot create it. Now let's try to change this to some other email address. So this is some other random I have added, and with this no record is available with same email address. Now let's try to save. So now the record is saved, okay, because the conditions are not satisfied. So this is one of the scenario. Hope you got to know how we will going to handle this. If you have any queries, anything, can let me know in the comment sections. And you can also go through the live sessions videos. Okay, so 2-3 trigger scenarios were there in the live session, so just try to go through that too if you are looking for the scenarios, and I will try to share more scenarios, okay, either on the live or in with the videos. Hope you enjoyed. We'll meet you soon in the next video. Thank you so much.